Hi, welcome to Ark Survival Ascended with Psoto Desperado. I'm over here on Mutant, one of my primary mounts, and I'm just gonna go get some artifacts because I'm still trying to get stuff for Oh, they must have been attacking something. I'm gonna go get artifacts, and I'm still trying to get a higher level Carno saddle for my Carnos. I did some consolidation today. Now I'm up to 3 statistic females on the Raptors, which is really good. I got rid of a bunch of single statistic Raptors I didn't need. I did notice that they do have traits that can be acquired, so I'm going to put aside the ones that have traits and not kill them. I killed all the other ones without thinking about it, and it probably cost me some good traits, but I got like a handful of traits on these remaining Raptors, and I'm going to try to preserve them, and that's pretty much it right now. I'm not there where I can manipulate traits or put them on, take them off, but I can collect them, and hopefully that'll be good enough. Okay. I do have a video set up. I'll go ahead and start that. I do want to do the ice cave, not the ice cave, the cold cave. I call it the cold cave today, and I want to get my shotgun ready, my new shotgun, and use that. This video is from Legion of Men. It's not too old, I don't think, 19 hours ago. Expat warns men, don't waste your time looking for girls in the Philippines. Here we go. Because a lot of guys are going to the Philippines. There's still Filipino women are pretty hot. I'm sorry, but they're really beautiful. Here we go.
Welcome back, tribe. Have one here from Chad Foster Explores. He says, don't waste your time looking for girls in the Philippines. 5 things to know before you go. Here we go.
What's up, guys? So about 4 years ago was the first time that I opened up a Philippines dating app, and I dipped my toes in to check it out. And I knew right away that if I continued down that path, that things were going to be completely different than anything that I'm used to in terms of dating and relationships in the West. And if you guys have started the process and you've dipped your toes in and you're doing online dating, or if you're in the Philippines, or if you've been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a completely different world. It's like it's on steroids. There's really high highs, there's really low lows, and everything in between. And there's a lot of things to figure out. There's a lot of pitfalls, but there's a lot of potential for amazing relationships and dating opportunities too, like better than anything that you've experienced back home in most people's eyes. So in this video, guys, I've got 5 things that I'm going to go over. 5 of many more. I'm going to make a bunch of videos breaking down these things that I've learned myself through my own experiences. Let's get to the video. Guys, I'm going to play some footage of the Philippines so you can look at that instead of my mug for the whole time. Let's get into it. Number 1, here we go. Now, you would think this is just common sense, and what guy would ever go down this path, but unfortunately, it happens often. It happens time and time again, and that is giving your money away to girls that are asking for it and that are planting seeds of hardship. That is the first red flag that you'll probably encounter when you are meeting Filipinas. They're not all going to do that, and that is the whole point of me mentioning this. Those that do, and it happens often, avoid it. 99% of the time, if a girl asks you for money, or if they plant that hardship to you, basically stating their struggles financially, someone's in the hospital, they can't afford the medication.
Man, that looks rough as fuck.
They can't afford.
That looks rough as fuck, bro. I would not. Personally, I can't. I need more infrastructure than this. Don't care how cheap it is. And from what I've heard, Thailand's cheaper with way better infrastructure. Apparently, the Philippines, kind of a combination of not as cheap as it should be for the bad infrastructure. I don't know what street this is. I'm not saying the whole country's like this, but nah, bro. Nah, I'm good on that.
Afford enough food, they're hungry, anything like that. When they're coming at you with that, when you're in the process of getting to know them, or even further along when you're dating them, beware and honestly go the other direction. That is the first red flag that is worthy of you changing course and looking for somebody else. Because in all likelihood, that is their whole intention with meeting someone. It is for financial gain. It is to help them out financially. It's to help their family out financially. And often that just leads to trouble. It leads to disappointment. It leads to heartache. And I'm not saying there's not times to help out. What I'm saying is when they're coming at you for money and when they're trying to make you feel bad in order for you to give them money, that is the red flag that you should avoid. If you're getting to know someone and you find out that they're struggling and you want to offer some...
What's funny is most guys know to look for this, but their principles disintegrate the moment their pee-pee gets wet. When she spreads your legs and sucks you off, guys absolutely turn into straight morons. Especially a guy who's never had women or very, very little experience. He could be the most red-pilled, watching all these channels. I've seen it happen. I have seen it happen. I literally, guys that message me, like send me long-ass fucking novella-length emails telling me about how I've been watching you for years and the Philippines is a scam. I went and I fell in love. I vetted her online. Like the dude was in the U.S. the whole time. Online dates a Filipina, goes all the way to meet her there in the province or wherever the fuck she lives, and then gets absolutely fleeced. Like 6 months later, he's like out of money and she's gone out of his life. And he's like, hey, my God, it's the worst decision ever. Are you fucking stupid? What did you expect? Bro, complete IQ drop to negative 9,000 the moment her legs spread. Guys are dumb as shit. That's why they lose most of their stuff. It's so pathetic, dude. Listen, we all been there. We all simped. Get your simping out when you're in like fucking middle school or high school or something. Get your heart broken early and guard your shit. Guard your assets, guard your brain, and guard your heart after that. You should know better. How the fuck are you going to be like 35, 40 going to the Philippines and getting absolutely played by some province girl?
Help. By all means, do that. I'm not saying don't, and I'm not saying that's going to lead to a bad relationship, but you do have to be careful with that too if you're leading with your wallet. Because you can start to set expectations, you can start to set dependency and things like that. Be careful with that whole realm of things. And I know this seems like common sense, but I'm telling you guys, common sense is not always common, especially when it comes to this kind of thing. It happens all the time. I just heard another story a guy emailed me about that he went through
a lot of it.
Starting out, meeting someone, becoming head over heels for her, getting excited about the potential. And then it all started, the hardship, and he started helping her out, and that led to more requests for more money, and it became a bigger thing. And his thing was that she verified that she really did need the help. So I want to get that point across. It's not that these girls don't need the help. It's not that they're not poor. It's nothing to do with that. It's when the relationship dynamic is based around this sort of support, that's when 99.9% of the time, it's not going to end well because it's just going to become more and more need, and the focus is around getting help from you as a foreigner. And if that's what the relationship is based on, not about...
Imagine going overseas to be treated as another walking wallet. Again, like the women in the West were treating you. Imagine, bro, now you're like big dick baller over here in the Philippines because you got 40, 50,000 a year salary. So you go over there to splurge some money and act like a big shot with your girlfriend, taking care of her, buying her dollar dresses and shit, only to get fucked out of all your money because you're such a toad and you don't know any better. Unbelievable, dude. Don't lead with your wallet. Don't lead with your wallet. Goes to the Philippines and Thailand, proceeds to lead with their wallet. Can't help some people.
About you as a person in the relationship itself, I hope you can see why this is not going to end well. Whether or not she bails out early on and she doesn't even become your girlfriend, or if you continue on with her and you get married to someone like that, that is where it can become a really big nightmare way down the road when she has literally everything she wants, the financial and now the marriage and, let's say, the citizenship in a different country. These things happen way more often than you think, guys. I needed to mention it. With the guy that emailed me, it didn't even turn into a relationship. He was supporting her quite a bit long distance with the plan of meeting her and things really rolling when he got to the Philippines. And by the time he got there, she was not around. So she was just doing an online scheme to get money. That was all it was. All right, number 2. My experience since starting this whole thing and meeting girls online and chatting with them and getting to know them and even, dating in person is it seems like lying is so common in the Philippines. I know people lie everywhere, and I'm not trying to say that Filipinas are the only ones that lie. That's not what I'm getting at. But there seems to be this trend with lying about certain things, and it's related to feeling maybe a little more desperate or a little more urgency to find someone to help them have a better life, to get them out of a situation that they're not happy with. And therefore, they don't want to scare anyone away. So they want to paint the perfect picture, or they want to avoid saying certain things. And a lot of times it's little sneaky lies, right? Like they'll tell you they live in Cebu City or Manila, but really they live in some other island far away. But their profile will say Cebu City. And until you really find that stuff out, you might be misled a little bit. And that's a little sneaky thing, right? I'm not saying that's the worst.
That ain't a sneaky. That's not a little sneaky thing. That's her angling for a rich person, because where do you think all the foreigners go? Places like Cebu and all those other tourist trap areas. This was a premeditated move to pretend she's in the area that you're staying in and hook you, hopefully, before the lie is fully revealed. And once that clam spreads open, all the guy's brain cells turn off completely, and he gets absolutely used up, dude. Left to be a dry husk. Passport bros is bullshit. Women overseas are all the same. This guy got literally played in every single country on earth because you're leading with your wallet. Of course, women are going to take advantage of you. You have no self-respect. You have no boundaries. That's like a guy, or I should say a girl, complaining that so many men are sleeping with her and never saying no, that she opens her legs. Duh. Every guy's going to take advantage if you make it easy. Stupid. Fuck. All men are the same. That's not a good argument.
Worst lie ever. But these are things that you have to know ahead of time that can save you some time and some hassle, right? If you only want to meet someone within a certain range because you don't want to travel too far or whatever, then you're going to want to ask right away where they really are located, because that's just a super, super common thing, is lying
this
about
place
their
looks
location.
like a dump.
A lot of times they will hide information from you about having kids and things like that,
Jesus.
or being married and separated versus single, like they're actually married, but they don't want to tell you that because that's a huge... Well, it's a taboo thing, and they know that a lot of guys won't even consider a girl that's separated, that's legally married. Having kids, that's a very common thing. They'll hide that information from you.
Wow.
These are things that you have to have good judgment. You have to ask the right questions. You have to really get to know someone and not ignore red flags or things that seem suspicious, right? Like, dig a little deeper if things feel a little bit odd. Unfortunately, sometimes, or maybe even a lot of the times, there are bigger lies too, and that can be scary, and a lot of times, you know, they're so good at it and you won't know until down the road. You know, I've told stories on this channel before about a guy that I've met and got to know that he was dating a girl for over a year, and it got very serious, and they were talking about kids and marriage and her moving to the US, and finds out like a year and a half later that she actually had kids, and their whole talk was that she didn't have kids and they were going to start a family, and at the end she kind of broke out and told him all this stuff, and basically said, I was afraid to tell you because I knew you wouldn't want to be with me, and yada yada. And you know, he was kind of confused and felt like her intentions were good, but because she really just wanted the relationship. But what a terrible way to start something and hang on to a lie like that. Be careful with lies, be careful with that. It's all part of your process of getting to know someone and not ignoring red flags. Do not ignore red flags. Do not ignore your intuition. And just be cautious with that. It should feel right. It should feel good. You shouldn't have a bunch of doubts. And guys often get distracted by their good looks and their cuteness and the attention. That's part of the problem with going to the Philippines, is guys aren't used to that. Guys aren't used to, you know, having someone that younger, attractive, whatever, interested in them. So they let the red flags go.
Simping.
And they maybe ignore the lies or whatever. So honesty is key in any relationship. That's the same for the Philippines. Couples that I've met that are really successful and happy, it's a super open and honest relationship.
Don't
simp. That is key. All right, moving on. Number 3. Speaking of cute Filipinas, most guys, by far, high percentage of guys come to the Philippines to meet a Filipina, not just because they want a more traditional girl or they want someone that's sweet or caring or whatever. Yeah, that's part of it. But most guys come because they think they can meet a girl who is much cuter, younger, more attractive girl than what they can get back home. This is a big draw. They're thinking, well, in the US, the only girls that'll date me are 5s. But in the Philippines, I think I can get an 8. This is common. I'm guilty. Everyone's guilty. Just admit it. You're going there.
That number's a little high. Let's just say in the US you get a 2. And in the Philippines, you'll get a 5. You're not getting an 8 Filipina unless you're one of the top percentile passport bros and you got your shit together and you look good. Make no mistake. You're most likely getting probably a real average 5. But in the U.S., an average 5 Filipina is much better than the 2 or 3. We're talking like obese. We're talking like bull rings, tattoos everywhere, single mothers, all that shit. So you get a, girl next door kind of average looking Filipina chick that's slender and very feminine. That's a huge upgrade. But let's not call it ain't no 8, bro. 8 is like universally accepted as damn, she is hot.
There because you can get a cuter, younger girl. I mean, it's just, you see it everywhere. It's older guys dating younger girls. It's could be older, chubbier, balding guys dating a younger, cuter girl. And you don't see that commonly in the US or Canada or any Western country unless you're a rock star or a movie star, right? So that's kind of the whole thing. Like a foreigner goes to the Philippines with that mindset that they're kind of like a rock star. Not full on, but a little bit. And therefore, I'm going to have more opportunities. And that's just the truth. You're going with higher status. You're going with these opportunities because of your money goes further, whatever. We all know this. But what I wanted to bring this point up for is with that mindset, with the mindset of chasing cuter, younger girls can often lead to disappointment, trouble, dating girls that you're not that compatible with, dating girls that are not that, genuine, that you're not on the same page with, but you're with a younger, cuter girl, right? So you can be distracted with this. You can waste time going for that part too much. And most guys do this, at least at the beginning, at least early on, because it's this new, exciting thing. It's that, I'm a rock star here. I want to enjoy this a little bit. So be careful of that. Stay true to what you're really looking for. I'm not saying don't be drawn to cute girls, but don't let it get in the way and distract you, because this relates to the other things. It relates to the lying. It relates to the stuff that I mentioned before with the money, because we are dum-dums. Guys are dum-dums a lot of the time, and we have these caveman brains a lot of the time, and we can kind of go down these paths, even if we know what we're doing is not really right or not good for us. We still do it because the cuteness is dangled in front of us. That
because you're horny.
You're
a horny simp, bro. It's not the cuteness that's dangling. It's the clam that's spread. And you're a simp, dude. Brain turns off. Starts drooling on himself. Simps are meant to be taken for everything they have. Do not feel bad for them.
Amazing body, whatever it is, and it completely warps our thinking. So be careful of that. Be really aware of that. And just know that there are great girls that are still cute that you just have to be patient for, and make sure you're with them for all the other reasons too. Make sure it's someone that really likes you, that really cares for you, and you're going to get so much more out of it. There's cute girls that are good girls. There's cute girls that are bad girls. There's more of the bad girls, for a lack of a better term, that maybe don't have genuine intentions, that are going to be right there waving at you. They're all over the dating apps everywhere. And those are the girls that often get these guys to start paying attention to them. And the good girls that are cute are a little harder to find and take a little more work. But if you really want a cute girl, you just have to be more patient. Just make sure that you're connecting for genuine reasons. And if you're a good, honest, caring, genuine guy, a lot of these cute Filipinas, that's what they're looking for, like the good ones. That's what they care about. Like they want a good guy that they feel safe with, that they feel, has the potential to be a good, healthy, long-term relationship. I think I made my point. Just try not to be a dum-dum too often, or not at all if you can avoid it. Okay, number 4. I'm going to lay this out there, and I'd love to know everyone's thoughts on this. And if there are Filipinos watching this video, I'd love to know your thought, because I made a video about this from an experience a long time ago when I went to the province to meet a Filipina that I had been chatting with for only a few days, like 5 days or something like that. And I was already in the Philippines and decided to go and meet her. And everything just escalated so quickly, from the family was there to meet and greet, with the thinking that it was a serious relationship. And she said, "I love you," within a couple of hours. And none of this was really talked about before me coming there. And I heard mixed things in the comment section, from guys saying, yeah, that was, too much too soon. And Filipinos saying, well, that's Filipino culture and you should have gone to meet her. Well, this is the thing that is tricky, right? Most Western guys want to spend time with someone in person. We call it dating, right? Like back home, we'll date, we'll get to know someone, and it might evolve, and it might evolve into a more serious relationship. Well, in the province, there's not really a thing called dating. Like, there's courting, which is sort of a traditional thing that's still there, but I think it's not as common as it used to be. But dating is not much of a thing. So if you are spending time with someone and you are becoming more exclusive with, you're chatting with each other and you're talking of going out there, in your mind, you're getting to know them and you want to go meet them. But in their mind, things are evolving much quicker, and they could be thinking much more way down the road. It's a relationship. They're thinking kids. They're thinking marriage. They're maybe feeling like they're falling in love. And, you know, if the family's involved and if you're meeting the family, there's so much more at stake.
Damn, this place is rough. Bro, this place is rough as fuck where he's at. There's no way I would have left the United States if this is what was awaiting me. I'd be going to Bangkok. Why not? Why not, dude? Why do you trade in so much infrastructure? I guess if you're on a pension, cool. And you're making $600 a month and, like, you got to live here, bro, to survive because you'll literally starve to death slowly in America. Your pension's not enough. Okay, I understand, but this is a massive step down in quality of life. Like, come on, bro. Seriously? But if you did well financially and you're making, say, $2,000 to like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, yeah, you can do fine in America. But if you don't own your home or your car, you're stretched thin, and inflation's eating at your income. Why not go to these places and get like a 5x quality of life increase? Because instead of having a very mediocre life in America, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month coming in passively makes you live like a king in these places. None of this shit. Like, you're living in one of those beautiful looking high rises with the infinity pools and all the amenities and all that shit. You're not trading anything in, you're upgrading. But for the guys that are going overseas just purely on the cheap shit, be a lot more real and show this stuff, because this is what I want to see. Bro, look at the fucking power lines here. Holy shit.
You go there and you realize after meeting in person it's much different than you thought it was going to be. It can be kind of disastrous if you tell her that. If you want to move on and you want to go in a different direction,
Christ.
It can be devastating.
It's a
right?
third
So
world
this is
country,
something
dude.
that just be aware of.
That's
obviously
third world.
being upfront, forthcoming, being honest about your intentions, about how you feel about this. But a lot of guys aren't really aware, and they just get caught up in meeting someone.
These people don't even have, they're still like Mexico. Mexico is like this in some places. Okay? In some places it's as advanced as the United States, like Monterrey. And over here in the other parts of like Nuevo Laredo, it's shacks made out of crap, out of industrial waste. You know, whatever, you know, some board, you know, or an old billboard sign, they use that as a wall. That's what he's talking about. See, he had this guy, the Legion of Men guy, whoever he is, he's got high standards. These guys that are going over there, they're going over there for the pussy, and they're not going over there because of the structure. If you have money, you can buy some of the finest structures there.
And chatting with them,
you know,
they're not thinking about what I'm saying right now and how important it is to be upfront about it. And also, a lot of guys don't want to scare a Filipina off. If you're chatting with a really cute or sweet or nice girl, you don't want to say too much that sounds like you're unsure, because you don't want her to lose interest in you. And then when you go there, that's when guys will decide, okay, is this going to be a good fit for me? So it's like two people at two different stages along the way with some cultural differences. And this could be like a series of videos in itself. And I don't know the best way to approach it other than being honest.
Is that the province life, bro? Like, imagine rolling up to this and you're meeting the family, bro, and they live in these little sheet metal huts.
Yeah.
Golly, is this...
That's Mexico, dude. That's Mexico, except you see more things written on the signs. You know, like billboard signs and things like that. That's what they use to make walls. This is a shack. They live in shacks.
The extreme? Is this what it takes? Is this what they mean when you find yourself a traditional province girl? Oh, my God, dude. Okay.
She has high standards.
And being aware of, these kind of differences.
But you're there for the pussy. You're not there for that.
Filipinos. But it is a big thing, and I think a lot of guys run into this kind of stuff. And if you've had to end something with a Filipina, you know what I'm talking about as far as how bad it can be and how hard it can be and how devastating it can be. Now, a lot of that is because you probably broke her heart, but a lot of that is also, there's high hopes to have a foreigner boyfriend, and this is where there's like this gray area where it's not.
Nah, bro, I'm good in Eastern Europe. I may visit Thailand one day because it looks so fucking fun and cool, and they have beautiful islands and stuff, and much more advanced. But this is on some other next level shit. Like, this would be vacation only, passing through, one experience, done. There's no fucking way I would live here, and I would never go into the province to get what, dude? Whatever. Look, for the guys that are doing this and are happy and shit's working, I'm happy for you. Good. You deserve some happiness in your life. For the dudes that go to these places and get played somehow by their version of country chicks, literally out in this is the countryside. If you get finessed by one of these chicks in a sheet metal house, bro, you deserve to lose everything. Holy shit. There's no excuse. It's not like you met some like devious city girl, you know, like a bar girl in Bangkok. You know, like some of the guys go to Thailand and get absolutely played by the bar girls. They're like straight professional. They know how to talk all those sweet nothings in your ear and play you like a fiddle professionally. They got like 4 or 5 passport bros just under their thumb, just living the high life. But you get one of these chicks and she sucks you dry for money, dude. What is wrong with you? I don't know. Fuck, man, this is way too goddamn rough. I'm gonna play this on mute just so I could see this shit. What the fuck, bro? I could not imagine living here, dude. You work so hard in the United States
Mexico,
to make your money.
Actually,
and
it's
you
a little
messed
bit
up
worse in
financially
Mexico.
to the point where you gotta live in the province here? Nah, bro. Nah. Ain't no fucking way, guys. Ain't no way.
Yeah,
Ain't
but
no way. Ain't no way, dude.
What you do is you go get the pretty girl from the shithole, and you take her to a slightly better place that has running water and facilities, electricity and all that, a better structure. And you just buy a little house down there and you fuck the shit out of her and make babies and be happy forever because you get cheap food, cheap utilities. You know, it's a good enough standard. You have to get higher standard than this. That's obviously a shitty little town, but there's going to be a larger city somewhere that'll have higher standards, and that's where you go. But that's if you want to live in a foreign country. They'll always look at you like a stranger and a foreigner. You'll never be accepted, though. That's why most of the time you bring your woman with you to the United States, but now Trump is going to undo all that shit.
You know, I don't even remember Romania looking like this when I was a kid. Post-communism, economy straight up freaking collapsed. It was an economic black hole. People were just killing themselves just to leave the country, risking imprisonment. And it didn't look like this in the 90s when I was a kid. Back when they had fucking rations and shit. And oh my God. Nah, I'll stick to the tourist there. See, this is the beautiful part. This is what I would come for. I just have a little towel right there on the beach and I'm golden, bro. This is it. This is it. Look at this. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we go here for. Now, if you are at some hotel or a resort and this is what you see and this is what you could afford year-round because you did your job in the U.S., congratulations, bro. Here's a slice of paradise. Look how clear that water. Beautiful. Look, there's the little resort and cabanas and shit. Palm trees everywhere. The view, incredible. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at this. You could jump off these rocks here, do some cliff diving, be sick as fuck. That's great. You will not catch me dead in the province. I just want to hear the stories from the guys that are in the province right now living like a financially humble life and all the amenities they had to give up. What are you guys paying a month? Like, and how do you feel about the quality reductions in life that you made? I don't know, dude. Look at this. Now, this is beautiful. This is paradise to me. You see this? Best believe. See, I'll visit and go here. That's where I would be living 24/7. Just like some of the videos the other dudes were showing where they got the houses right up on the beach. It didn't really cost them much. This is paradise to me. Wow, dude. Incredible. The rest of that, though, looked like a fucking nightmare. Someone said, if she is young, no real job, and has her face in a phone all day long, then you got problems. North American women, I need money. Asian women, me and my entire family need money. Your money can get you further in the Philippines than here, but you still need money. And this is all you need to know. The best way to meet a Filipina is get off all dating apps and www sites and come to the Philippines. Most people on dating apps and sites are scammers. You might meet your Nigerian prince. Yeah. Let me know, guys. Thoughts on your experiences in the question I asked below. If you want to see what Romania looks like when I walk around, I post it on the second channel when I do some of the walk and talk. It's gotten a bit cold lately and it's raining, so I haven't done as many as I should be. But check it out. Subscribe to the second channel. Join us on some calls in the private community. We'd love to have you. The conversations have been interesting, to say the least. And guard your wallet. Don't simp. And take care of yourselves. You worked hard for your money. Do not separate it for a young little clam. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, I just, I don't know, guys. I can't imagine doing that. You know, like I've said this story before. A long time ago, when I was in the church, more aggressively, more active, I had brethren that I knew by first name, and Brother Russell, Brother Steve. I think his name was Steve, and these guys, they wanted wives, and they went to Mexico and they got themselves a couple of wives. They literally got themselves a couple of wives. What the hell? Is there a bat back here? Oh, it looks like a bat followed somebody out. Yeah, you don't want a bat back here. Anyway, they went and they got married, and Brother Russell didn't even know Spanish. It was that white, red-haired guy. And he got married to that Mexican girl he couldn't even talk to. They bought a small house in real close to where I used to live, in a certain neighborhood, a new neighborhood. And I'm telling you, the people are crazy. People do all kinds of crazy, stupid shit. You know, I don't have what I want out of life, but at least I didn't do something crazy like that, dude. Marry some chick I can't even communicate with? What the fuck? You know, that's crazy, dude. And, you know, if he was here, he'd probably agree with me now. If he was here. Anyway, there's another Legion of Men I wanted to play. Let's see, where did I put it? I put it on my list at the bottom somewhere. Okay. Okay. All right. I hope you guys can hear this one this time. I think maybe the volume is low. I'll put it that way. It says something has changed since 2020. Man notices something weird is going on. Now that's Big Ward. Confession: I'm afraid and haven't been in years. That's Big Ward, man. Big Ward's a fucking monster, man. That man, you know, he sounds like a big dumb guy, but that motherfucker's smart, man. I'm sorry. We're gonna learn something today. Here we go.
Welcome back, tribe. I have this episode here from Big Ward, the genius. We watched one of his episodes when he was saying don't get married and don't have kids. He's got a confession. He's afraid. He hasn't been in years. Looking like a good one by the views. Get into it.
Today is still Friday, September 27th, 2024. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I've seen a lot in my lifetime. Experienced a lot. Pretty much have had a weird life. By certain standards, my life has been weird, strange, unusual. And I've seen some scary stuff. Right. Been involved in some scary circumstances and situations.
Same.
But I wasn't scared.
Same.
I've been sitting on a corner, a street corner, right next to a man and his brother shooting. And I didn't take off running or nothing. I just looked like, damn. That didn't scare me. I'm sitting on a street corner, 19, 20 years old.
Mm-hmm. America's a crazy place.
Sitting on side of another guy, and his brother walks up and pops him, his own brother.
Oh, that's great.
I looked at him, I looked down at his brother. The mama come running at the house, screaming and hollering, call the ambulance. The brother that shot him just walked off. I'm just looking like just another day. That didn't scare me.
But what scares you? Is this election talk?
I'm in the middle of battle with that
economy talk.
I was nervous, but I wasn't scared. That ain't normal. I know. That ain't normal. I've been hit close, point blank range. Wasn't fearing for my life. Don't know if I even cared about live here or not. See, for a long time, I didn't care if I was here or not. Didn't care. Damn, Big Ward, you crazy. Might be. I ask myself that all the time. Am I normal? And a voice shouted in my head, hell no, you ain't. And that's
You're
a good
freak.
thing. You don't need to be. So I left that alone.
That's survive.
I've seen
What's the
some
problem?
very desperate people that'll do anything to anybody. And I'm hanging around these people playing cards, shooting dice, laughing and joking with some people that'll do something to anybody and won't care. Had no remorse. Could have done me for any reason, for nothing. I wasn't scared. I'm going somewhere with this. And for y'all who take too long to get to the point, hitchhike on up out of here.
I'll do speed
I'm
cuts
not
on
in
this.
the
Don't
best
worry.
of moods right now.
Shit.
If you can't tell. So I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I'm trying to make this video, trying to get y'all to feel where I am right now.
Okay.
Because I'm talking about something that over my life when I should have been scared.
You weren't.
When
Got
most
it.
people be scared, a normal person would be scared, I wasn't.
So what are you scared about?
And the reason I'm telling y'all this is because through all that I went through, that I wasn't scared. I done had enough illegal substances to get life in prison and never get out. And I wasn't scared.
Uh-huh.
Been in some dark alley with some mean looking fella.
Oh, man.
But today,
Okay.
this day and time, I'm scared.
Okay.
Not in the
Is it the economy? Is it the future? Is it the state of the country? Is it dating? I really have no idea why this has so many views. It's got to be super interesting.
sense that some people might say, like I'm scared of a dude and please don't hit me. No. Whether you call it scared, paranoia, what have you, I have this feeling of fear that I haven't felt, that I can remember in my lifetime, maybe a couple of times. I've been afraid. Why am I scared? Why do I have this feeling now? Because I have a feeling. So we're about to go through something. I don't know what it is.
Election. Okay.
But we're about to go through something that even I haven't experienced. With all the bullshit that I've
here we go.
experienced, I haven't experienced this. In spite of what all I done been through. Again, sit on the corner with a dude passing the story back and forth. Brother walks up, shoots his own. I knew pain. I knew crime. I knew bad people. This ain't none of that.
You're going to love me for the speed edits on this one. Golly.
This ain't just about bad people. If it was just about bad people, I could adapt to that. You know, I've been around bad people all my life. It's deeper than just bad people.
Are we talking about the deep state? What are we talking about here?
Something else going on.
Okay.
Other than just somebody
beast.
just trying to make some money. Once upon a time, we would say follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
When you didn't understand what was going on, why is all this happening the way it's happening, you would say follow the money. This ain't got to do no money.
Okay. Society.
This ain't
power.
about somebody trying to get some money.
Control and power, yeah.
I've seen trouble in my life, and all the trouble I've seen could be explainable. Just bad people. Just, you know, just something different. That's why I'm paranoid. You might say, well, big war, what is it? That's the point. I don't know. All the other things I went through in life, I knew what it was, what was going on. I knew why that brother shot his brother. I knew why the dude sold his mama drugs. I knew all these things. I grew up around this. I see it all the time, see it every day. It's just life. Just right here, something totally different. Yes, I'm taking a long time to get to the point, because I don't know what the point is. That's why I'm scared.
Okay.
Not scared of you, not scared of him, not scared of no man walking around.
Wow.
Here. Like on that movie, Predator, when he told the dude, when the dude said, man, I'm scared. The Indian dude, oh boy said, you ain't scared of damn man on this earth. He said, yeah, but this ain't no man. And that's how I feel right now.
Oh,
this ain't no
shit.
man. This ain't just an everyday problem that
It's
we
the
face.
Predator,
Just an average,
motherfucker,
everyday
the
problem. You know, long as you've been living, long as I've been living, we've all faced problems. There's always been problems. These ain't problems. I don't know what it is. These ain't problems. I'm okay with just having problems. Just having problems don't bother me. That's a part of life. Life goes on. But these ain't problems.
Give me some context.
Just something telling me life ain't finna go on too much
okay.
longer.
Okay.
I gotta go to the
That's
bathroom.
where the fear comes in at.
Big
Because we're
war.
dealing with so much right now that has never, they say there's nothing new under the sun. I've said it. But where have we seen this before?
Are we talking inflation?
We got an election coming up.
Okay, here we go. Come on.
And
The divided country, the inflation, the runaway housing prices, gas prices, grocery prices, stagnant wages. Oh, it goes on and on. Is he touching up on
never seen during the election. I've seen many elections.
culture
I've
wars?
never
Yeah,
seen
the
an election like this
division. Yeah,
where people attack each other
yeah.
based on who you're going to vote for.
Radicalization. Yeah.
I've never seen no election like this. Have you?
Mm-mm.
Well, I believe there are We've seen two assassination attempts on a presidential candidate. We've seen a sitting president that don't know an a-hole from a hole in the ground. And he's still running things. That's we got a vice president who's running for president.
That wasn't elected there.
And the scariest part about that is she might win.
Mm-hmm.
Because stranger things are happening. So a highly unqualified, clueless woman winning the presidency is not impossible, considering what else we got going on that's happening right now that don't make no sense.
Mm.
To me, that's scary too.
You got to look further back, not get caught up in the whole two-party system. Like the American dream, the pressure you're feeling, your dollar drying up in value, that's been going on for decades before Big Ward over here was even born, man. This is 70, 80 plus years in the making. We have been on a steady decline. It's just hard to see because we grew up in our childhoods seeing what shit cost then, what it costs now, and we can measure that decline. And then we look at what our parents spent and have those comparisons with the data we have and go, wow, it's just getting worse and worse. But the point is, either of the two parties have always been in power during this entire time span. We have a rotten system that doesn't serve the people, and it's accelerated. Why? Because of things like Citizens United that made corporations people, and they could donate unlimited amounts of funds to campaigns. So they could buy presidents. They could buy any official they want. Now we have a state that is in cahoots with big corporation. They're not separated. They work together to try to, suppress things, censor information, designate what misinformation is, erase people from the internet, suppress reach, right? Control the narrative. That's crazy. That was never a thing before. Private business was always its own thing. It always tried to exert power by buying off people, which was illegal. But for the most part, there was some level of separation and accountability. That disappeared. We have legal bribery in this country. It's called lobbying. We lobby our political class. That's bribery. It's really what it is. It's exchanging money and favors for influence. That's what it is. That's why so many of these people from, say, corporations like heads of the FDA somehow wind up, or in vice versa, right? Heads of pharmaceutical companies all of a sudden get jobs at the FDA. They're heads of the FDA. Former pharmaceutical CEOs head up the FDA. That's crazy. They got the government in their pocket now, or in cahoots with the government. I mean, we have a two-tier system here. The government only governs for corporations, guys. If you haven't noticed, to be a corporation in America has never been better in the history of America than it is today. To be a private citizen in America, it's never been worse than today. George Carlin had a joke about this, actually. He had a punchline at the end that was saying, it's a big club and you ain't in it, where they have all the judges, all the state legislators, the congressmen, all the sheriffs, everything from local to like absolute federal level, all in their pockets. It's the ownership class. It's always been the haves versus the have-nots, but they've gotten the narrative down in society, and through culture war, they control us by division, that you pick this side, they represent this side picks that, they represent that, and the other side is trying to take your rights away, your freedoms away, and so they galvanize people into entrenching themselves into a party. Doesn't allow them to freely think, make their own decision because of the fear that's concocted to make them think that other party wins. My life's over. My way of life is being threatened. So the tribalism is what you're seeing today. It's never been worse than it has today. I think technology has something to do with that, but also there's a point where, the beginning of the end to American democracy happened. I think that was with the Patriot Act, and Citizens United was like the 1-2 punch that basically ended America as we know it. And it ushered in this era of political theater at the expense of the average citizen. It's sad. I could go on about this on and on. Let's see what else it says.
That's scary too, because that happening let me know there's something bigger going on right here, right now, where we live. Last day, whatever you want to call it. Her winning will further prove my suspicion.
I agree.
What makes the Soda Sense Refill Club so simple? When you're running low on CO2, box up your empty canisters, and as soon as your label is scanned, we immediately send out your replacements, so you aren't waiting around for full canisters to arrive. Join the club by choosing a refill box for empties or new canisters to get you started. Oh, and it's free to join, and we'll never charge you a subscription fee. How easy is that? Soda Sense, sparkling water made effortless.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled, plus a 3-year price guarantee. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV sports and popular apps all at your fingertips.
There's no way. There's no way. Like, the numbers, she can't be as popular as these like pollsters are saying. For example, Donald Trump went on the Joe Rogan podcast. It got something like 30-something million views. It was basically doing 24 million plus views in 24 hours, something to that extent. It should have been trending all over the internet. It was, except YouTube had a glitch where you couldn't find it for the first like 4 or 5 hours or something like that, first half a day or a few days. I don't even know what it was. Who gives a shit? There's always a glitch when something like that happens. And Kamala went on some stupid ass show called Call Her Daddy, and that got like 500,000 views. And that shit's been up for like weeks, over a week for sure. And they need to get celebrities to endorse her. Like, every celebrity's coming out of the fucking woodworks. All these like diddlers are just appearing out of nowhere. Like they got a magic wand and go, we'll release the tape of you if you don't do what you are told. And so all they go up on the stage and they're like, I hate that part, Kamala. She can save us. She's pro-blah. Because they got the tape right up your ass, bro. The moment you really speak your mind, your career's over. Okay. It's so weird. Like, they need celebrity. Meanwhile, normal people are endorsing some of the common sense policies by the other side. But again, campaign promises. How many of them will be kept? I don't know. I'm disillusioned because we've had this same system forever and it's not fucking working. And problem 2 is, how much could you really turn a country around in 4 years? I don't know if you can do much in 4 years, given how entrenched special interests are and the people in the suits who really make the decisions. Think about it. You know, a little known fact, J.D. Vance worked with Peter Thiel, which is a billionaire, which basically inserted his man in Trump's campaign in exchange for like, I don't know, $100 million or some shit like that. Don't quote me on that, but just, you know, look for yourself. I don't know, man. I mean, there's levels to this shit that the average person can't see. I just know for the average person, it ain't looking good. That's all I'm saying. Now, obviously, one side seems way worse than the other. But we got to have a conversation about how the hell we even got this low in the first place.
How many times can I say this? As many as necessary. As many times as it takes. We ain't got much longer. We don't have much longer.
Talk to me.
Maybe I wasn't scared when I was younger, because maybe I was thinking I had some more time left. So therefore, whatever was going on around me didn't scare me because I knew I got some time left. Whether I had some time left or not, I thought I did. So maybe that's why I wasn't scared. I saw this man get shot right here, but I still thought I had some time left. I got shot, still thought I had some time left. I just knew I was going to make it. Wasn't worried about it. I didn't, the thought that I wasn't going to make it never crossed my mind. Thinking that these folks going to catch me with all this stuff and I go do life in prison, I didn't think that was going to happen. That wasn't possible. In my mind, my warped thinking. But now I'm at a point now where I'm starting to see and believe, not just for me, for everybody, we ain't got much time. I ain't thinking like I was thinking back then, the way I was just so, I ain't gonna say I was brave, maybe I was a young fool, but I thought I had time. I don't think that no more. It ain't got to do with my age, because I'm not an old man. I'm good and fit and healthy, strong, courageous, sharp as a tack, and I still don't think, not just me, I don't think we got much time. Am I just paranoid? Am I the only one?
It's crazy.
What are you talking about, big boy? I don't effing know. And that's the scary part for me. Because I normally know. I normally can give you an explanation of what the hell just...
See, what he's feeling is like that illusion that has deteriorated from like government, from all the entities, all the experts, the authorities in our lives, all the 3-letter agencies we're supposed to respect, and we thought they had our best interest at heart. After COVID, after lockdowns, after that entire debacle and how that was handled, and looking back what we know now, nobody feels like they can trust the government anymore. Nobody feels like the government has their best interest at heart, even if that illusion was maintained. We found out that doctors are just as clueless as everyone else on certain topics. Also, they are in bed with certain pharmaceutical companies that provide kickbacks. So they don't even have your well-being at heart. They're basically trained to be pharma dispensing machines. The system failed millions of Americans, or millions of people worldwide, actually. Millions of hardworking people, the system failed them. We didn't have enough relief that we needed from having our jobs closed down. We were forced to get a shot. We had no bodily autonomy, no say, or we couldn't work, or our job was going to fire us, or we couldn't leave our city. We couldn't even be out in the streets. Sometimes you would be getting fined for trying to exercise. Remember, people in California were on the beach trying to exercise? 6 feet apart, they told us. 6 feet apart. Do this fucking jumping jacks on the beach. Oh, you get a fine. You do this again, you get arrested. You can't be out here. We're in lockdown. Oh, but wait, a few months later, if that, you can go into a restaurant. They're open on a limited basis if they have like outside terraces. Or, hold on, forget the outside terraces. We will now just do 6 feet apart. So it's like every other table is allowed to be filled. Okay, so the virus, with me and my mask on, doesn't care that I'm walking in there into an enclosed room where everybody else is eating. They have to take their mask off. When they sit down, somehow, magically, me with my mask off is talking to the waiter going, yeah, I would like this order. Blah, blah, blah. Germs just being spread back and forth between the people I came with and everybody else who's not masked and eating, because that was what you had to do. Obviously, you're not going to put your mask up like this and just like eat and then put it back down. And then the rule of the day was, you put this thing back on when you stand up to go to the bathroom or when you walk out of the establishment. It made no sense whatsoever. We got to see our whole government literally shooting at the hip with the rules, not knowing what the fuck they're doing and looking like complete amateurs. And that's when everybody was like, oh shit, we are way more vulnerable than we ever thought. Oh, the people leading us are very incompetent. Oh, wow, we're not built to survive or even handle a real emergency. And all that happened was the greatest wealth transfer in human history. The middle class almost disappeared. Overnight, all the money got sucked up. Billionaires and multimillionaires made stupendous amounts of profits. They were gaming the system with all those reliefs they got for the businesses. I forgot what they even called them in the United States, but you could apply for like 100K plus loans. Whole bunch of companies worth, like Tom Brady, multiple millionaires already with huge companies were using that very money that was supposed to be to small businesses, enriching themselves. Oh wow, look at all this inflation. We printed so much money, it went into the pockets of the very few, and now we wonder why shit is so expensive for everyone else. Unbelievable. Now we got wars going on and shit. Israel and I don't know how many fucking terrorist organizations and nations, and shit's about to pop off with who knows what over in the Middle East. Then we got Russia and Ukraine going at it. That whole thing is just a fucking mess. Another war on a European continent again. And looks like it will spill over into some other crazy shit with North Korea's troops landing in there helping them. Now we got 2 nations versus 1, plus the aid of like 30 others. What is happening here? The whole world seems to be hinging on the U.S. elections. Each side is going to contest whoever wins anyways. They're going to say there's some fraud and manipulation happening. What? We've never been more uncertain in our entire system in our lifetimes, because no matter who got elected, it was like a status quo before these last, say, 8 years, before Trump, before the system started imploding on itself. It was like, oh yeah, Democrats, Republicans, yeah, status quo, yeah, the same shit will happen. One will say something about taxes, borders, blah, 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 small business, help here, this and that, yeah, progressive rights, blah, blah. And then somewhere along the way, radical ideas were just injected into society. We got people dressing up as the other gender. We got kids identifying as a million things. You know what I mean? You can't really talk about your opinion on certain topics because, boom, you're going to get censored, suppressed, or fired somehow. Our free speech is somehow, like, quasi-murdered on the internet, but you still have it out in public on the streets in the U.S. But if you have an American company and you're an American citizen and you say something online and they suppress your speech, that somehow does not count. You're not covered by the First Amendment. Well, yeah, it's so weird. What time are we living in? We can't trust our neighbor anymore because they snitched on us during COVID. Remember, they had the little snitch hotlines, bro, like it was commie days. We had the secret police and shit. The Gestapo Karens would call, bro, he's having a party in his backyard. There's more than 3 people gathered here. So I have the cops come busting down your door to find you and arrest you and shit like, what? I think people figured out the illusion of democracy is a very, very thin veil. And we're 1-2 little moves away from tyranny. And that's scaring the shit out of people.
Whether I had the wrong answer or not, I'm used to having some type of answer. Even if I was wrong, I was either right or wrong. Never had much, I don't know. I'm at an I don't know moment right now. I don't know if y'all can relate or understand where I'm coming from when I say I've either been right or I've been wrong, but I haven't been, I don't know. Understand it, I'm able to figure it out. Ain't nothing we can do right now. Ain't no studying, ain't nobody you can go ask. None of us know what the hell's going on right now. So that makes me scared. Oh, I thought you were strong. I'm a human being. Courageous enough to admit I ain't worried about no end. I ain't worried about what nobody think about me. I'm effing scared. I don't know what the hell going on. I can't even give you the wrong answer. So therefore, not knowing scares me. I like to know. I want to know where I am at all times. I made my living. I made my life. I got here knowing where I was, what I was doing, how to. Now I don't know jack shit. Now I came to the conclusion I don't know a damn thing about what the hell going on right now, and y'all don't either. We all got speculation, deep state, Illuminati, days,
Get them.
aliens.
Get them.
Ain't none of that stuff explained. We got our borders wide open. They just want a Democrat just want new voters. Ain't got no goddamn voter.
Get them.
We don't know. I don't know. You don't know.
You know some of it. You seen enough. Yeah. You said enough.
Pray if you believe in that sort of thing. And for those who want to admit, well, Big War, what should we do? Pray.
Now it's time for action.
That's
Don't
all
pray.
I'm going to do. Do what's in front of you. The mistake I made, which I'm going to stop doing, that's going to erase my fear. That's what I'm going to do about the fear that I'm experiencing.
Hey, look, man, there is a lot of uncertainty. I wanted to visit the States because I miss my friends, miss some of my family there. I just want to go hiking. I miss the nature. And I'll be honest, like, I need to see how the election pans out first, who wins. Second, what's going to happen in the streets? Is it just going to be a whimper, or is there going to be chaos and protest and who knows what? Is somebody going to try to contest the results? I don't know. I don't know. I would like to wait for that shit to blow over and go from there. But I'm telling you, if you're living in America right now, uncertainty is on everybody's minds. A feeling of uneasiness is washed over the whole nation. For the first time in a long time, we don't feel like we're in control. Countries don't respect us at all anymore internationally. I mean, shit is going south. They're openly talking shit about the United States, openly plotting against the United States. We have no respect. We're not the world police. Like, American hegemony is kind of deteriorating before our very eyes. People are coming out with their own financial systems or payment systems like BRICS. Other companies are hoarding, or countries are hoarding gold, like preparing for economic crashes. Talk of the town is the Fed has lost control of monetary policy. Although cutting 50 basis points, we now have a new record bond yield on the 10-year, I believe. It's gone up and up and up. That is a huge red flag for the entire economy. It seems like we're in a massive bubble and it all cannot continue. And the reality of is we could potentially be staring something like a depression from 1920s, which is what everybody desperately doesn't want. But how long can the circus continue? Because that's what feels off. Shit doesn't cost the same as it should. Things have gotten inexplicably expensive, while companies say they have record profits. But the stock market's having a record year. But there's nothing but ghost jobs. No one's hiring. And if they're hiring, it's for shit wages. You can't live off them. Wages are still too low. And nobody wants full-time jobs because they're not offered. It's like part-time. So companies can avoid all the benefits they would have to pay out to employees. So people are working sort of a gig economy where they need to be Ubering Eats and shit just to make ends meet or have their own side hustle. It's strange, man. We live in a very strange time today. We really do. Nothing is as it seems. People are just trying to make it. Shit doesn't flow like it should. I mean, you got random shit happening. I just remember, like, billionaires building bunkers and shit. Remember how much, who was it? Zuckerberg, I think, built, like, some billionaire bunker house somewhere in, I don't know, Hawaii or something. All the other ones in New Zealand. What the fuck? Like, what do they know? Warren Buffett just sold, like, half of his shares. He's sitting on some of the largest reserves of cash right now. The most prolific investor of all time is, like, selling all. We don't even know how much he sold since that last report that he sold half. He could be winding out of all his positions potentially. That's insane. What's happening? People, gold's going up, record highs. Oh my God, it's almost like there's some collapse incoming. Do we need a world war to just wipe the map clean, all the bank accounts to zero, start over on all that debt we owe? What's happening here? I don't fucking know, dude. And I'm not trying to find out. Because who's going to be having to fix that shit? Millions of normal, everyday men that feel disillusioned, sent to the front lines, dude. To what? To reset the board? I don't know. Certainly interesting times. This was Big Ward, the genius. Links will be in the description. Let me know what you guys think, what you've been feeling. If you're in finance or you're banking or investments or construction or whatever industry that you're in, let us know in the comments so we can maybe piece together this puzzle of how your industry is doing today as compared to the past, like, housing, everything. If you're in real estate, if you're a builder, whatever it is that you're doing, anything, guys, just how are the orders, the invoicing, the customers, the clients, the retention rates, the sales, everything. Tell us, like, are all industries kind of doing bad right now despite the reporting and record profits? Who's actually doing well versus what everybody else is seeing? Because some shit's not adding up, and I want to read in the comments if there is something that we can glean, a better picture of how all these industries are really performing. Because the government numbers are looking fucked up. They're telling us shit's great and inflation is down. We got record jobs and all this shit. It don't feel like it. Don't feel like it at all. I don't know, man. Anyways, yeah, I'll be really curious to read that stuff. Links are in the description below, guys. And we'll see you on the next one. It's a good topic.
Wow. He went off there at the end. You guys noticed that? He was like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah." And I'm like, okay. Okay. No, I don't know where Speedy is. I wanted to take Speedy over there. Because Speedy's pretty fast. Let's back up. Where are you, Speedy? Could be on over there. I wanted to leave Mutant here because Mutant has a bunch of stuff on her. Oh, come on, where are you? Where the fuck is Speedy? Oh, is Speedy upstairs? There it is. There's Speedy. See, Speedy's the fastest bird I've got. Okay. Now, the problem with Speedy is Speedy doesn't have a good saddle, I don't think. Did I make any other saddles? No, I don't think I made... Oh, wait. Oh, no, well, I got that. I can make a 265. Let's see if I have enough keratin. Or chitin. Maybe. Still need a little bit more. Okay. I need 12,000 fiber. Alright, I'm just going to do this because I don't want Speedy to not to have some protection. It's going to be the minimum saddle, but at least it's over 200 points. You know what I mean? There, 265. I'm going to grab this. Go into cosmetics. Now with Speedy, it's going to be... There we go. That should do it. Don't have any lights over here. There's your power? No. You want to put it where there's power, otherwise there's no point. Problem, it doesn't tell you. There. Alright, so that's something. If you get a free lamp, you don't waste it. You put it down somewhere. All right. Okay, so I'm not going to try to tame anything over there. So where's mutant? Where's mutant? Oh. Alright, so I'm gonna keep this, keep that, keep this, keep that. We need this. Might need this, I'm not sure. I want to see if I can get some more free armor. What I'm doing is I'm setting up so that I can go over there to that cold cave, not the ice cave, the cold cave, and try to see what I could do over there. Alright. Getting some extra armor in case I need it. And oh, I need a box. You can make a box or get a box. All right. One box should be fine. All right. And with that, if I do get hurt over there, I'm going to want to take extra stuff. Well, extra. Problem is I don't have like an extra, I don't think I have an extra gun. I have these, but if it gets to that, I'd be better off using a pike. Because some of these pikes I have here are pretty good. Like this 502 is pretty good as a backup. I have a shotgun, but yeah, I don't have a real good extra shotgun. Okay. Now, all right. Let's take this boy. And that should be it. I got extra armor and shit like that. I think that'll work. Got the mount, got the drugs, got ammo. If I die, I have to go back in there with a pike. Alright. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to get on Speedy, go to the location, set everything up, and then I'll record the video afterwards. Alright? Thank you for watching.